The March 5th. Good evening. Welcome to the March 5th Clark County Fire District 6 Board of Commissioners meeting. I'd like to call this evening's meeting to order and ask you to join me in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. This time I'd ask for any additions to this evening's agenda. We'll need to read, approve, post as necessary the minutes of our February 20th regular meeting. So moved. Second, all those in favor? Aye. Correspondence in the packet this evening. I didn't see anything. Citizen communication. Citizens viewing this evening's meeting can communicate directly with the board using the chat feature that will be monitored throughout this evening's meeting. Committee reports, Chief.
There's no report, but the CCFD will be meeting tomorrow.
Wait, tomorrow or?
I'm sorry, March 13th. Next Wednesday.
Friday. Thank you. Consent agenda this evening. Second. All those in favor? Aye. Chief report.
For our personal action report, we have 3 anniversaries. Bill Dunlap on March 1st for 33 years. Matt Hollingsworth, on March 1st for 32 years. And Tina Menzinger on March 1st for 24 years.
Great. A lot of years right there. Thank you all. Thank you, sir. Facilities update report.
So in your packet is a pay application for 2 kg, and that's a line item under new business, but it's in your packet. On Station 61 remodel, the HVAC should be complete this week. As soon as that's completed, drywall will start. A window leak test has been conducted, or it will be conducted next week to ensure that the installation was right on the windows. Siding is well underway. It should be completed this next week. And if you haven't seen the wood siding on the back of the building, it looks really nice. So, framing of the PT room on the north side is underway, as well as structural reinforcements in the kitchen area on phase 2. And the fuel tanks are in place with all electrical conduits installed. Station 61 is moving.
Do we have a ETA when they're gonna finish the south side, move to the north side?
We
It
heard,
was like the first of April, but that's
well, I still hear the mid-April, but
what.
I'm thinking it's gonna get pushed back.
Sure, thank you.
Next spot in the owner furnished contractor installed items are the appliances, so we're just waiting to order those until we have places to store them. And the Station 63 building continues. You can see that they placed the forms, they're gonna start pouring concrete. There was a small change order to help with some of the soil issues that we worked through. And both Chief Hebert and I are working with contractors and McKinsey to finish up this project.
Thank you for that update. Moving on to old business. EMS District 2.
Just to report to the board, we did form that small work group that was recommended by the board to include a commissioner and chief from each department of Clark for District 6 and District 3. We met a couple weeks ago to discuss the RFP and EMS District 2 issues. Since that time, the county has held a meeting with the District 2 representative, who's Sue Marshall, and I know some of you were in attendance for that meeting. In addition to that, Kathleen Otto has also met with Eric Holmes to discuss EMS District 2 and the potential effects of the RFP on EMS District 2, and then we'll continue those meetings with that small work group.
And no RFP has been released yet.
Correct. We have a chief's meeting on Thursday, so I will ask Chief Luick about it again, but it was supposed to be released 2 weeks ago, and we still haven't seen it.
And we applied for a.
We're in the process of getting that to be reevaluated.
Fire impact fees.
So again, last week, the Clark County Fire Chiefs presented to the county council the idea of being able for fire agencies to assess impact fees. The county council voted 4-0 in support of allowing fire service agencies to submit for the potential to collect impact fees. So in order to do that, we have to develop a capital facilities plan that will go before county council, and they will either approve or deny or modify our request for impact fees. But this is a big step for the county, and I actually sent a letter to District 3's Board of Commissioners because Chief Sorensen was the lead on this whole project and did a lot of preliminary work, so I wanted to make sure that they knew how much effort he put into it.
Is there a timeline for completion of the capital facilities plan?
No, roll out our strategic plan in the very near future, the next couple months, we'll start doing that, and this can be part of that.
Port of Richfield tax increment financing.
A lot of stuff happening. So again, we had a meeting with Port of Richfield. It was a public hearing. Both commissioners were in attendance as well as chief officers. Ridgefield presented its plan to impose a tax increment financing area that would include portions of District 6. So we were there to hear the plan, and we'll continue those discussions.
And we have a joint meeting on the,
We do have a joint meeting with them, and I can't remember the date.
because we need,
March
that's,
12th.
we need to make sure that we post that.
Okay.
We need a motion for that.
Yeah, and then, yeah, well, the board agreed to have the meeting, I think,
Yes,
but you didn't set a date.
Yeah, I haven't heard the
Right.
name. Yeah.
that's what the date is. We have to have a motion to do that, so. You guys, all three of us are there, right?
We do. But I have to get out of the.
I don't care if it's this month or next. Give it a second. 14th. At 2:00. I don't know where
It's at the port.
at the port.
Port Ridge.
So I'll make a motion that, yes, a motion, we have to, that we're gonna attend the Port of Richfield joint meeting with the Marcellus Board, our board, and the Richfield, Port of Richfield board on the 14th of March, 2:00 at the port office.
Second, all those in favor?
Right.
Aye.
Also, that, the bill's on the governor's desk.
Good.
And it does include the possibility of arbitration. But they have to discuss the impact and how mitigate the impact, so, I don't know if it'll help on this one. But if the board may be something off of that, so everybody was involved in that, testified and all those things. Good job, kudos. It's a big deal.
All right. March 14th, 2:00. New business pay application.
In your packet is the regular process of paying for the Station 61 project. This pay application is in the amount of $783,826.35. It requires board approval to be paid.
I'll make a motion we regard the payment request number 007. For $783,226.35.
I'll second. All those in favor? Aye. Policy 209, purchasing use and procedure.
So normally the board listens to a policy change and then has 2 weeks till the next meeting to vote on it. With this policy change, I'd ask the board to consider voting on it tonight. The major change in there is changing Brad Osborne's limit from 3,500 to 10,000. He is coming up against that threshold multiple times when he's trying to buy parts and repairs and that kind of stuff. So that hasn't been changed in quite a while. The other two changes with it were, there were 2 job title changes to fleet manager and then facility specialist. So when those job titles got changed, it needs to reflect in that spending policy as well.
And then the facility technician is going from 25 to 35.
Yes.
It's supposed to, yeah.
What was the, loan grants?
35.
3,500, yeah. And we can wait, it's just, he has gotten it separate.
Seems like if it's just,
Okay, I'll make that motion. We make those authorized personnel spending limit changes to policy.
I'll second that. All those in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Radio purchase.
In your packet is a bid for radio purchases that we need. This is to replace some outdated equipment. It's also to add radio systems to a potential new truck purchase, 2 training truck purchases, and a new staff car. The total amount for that radio purchase to get those vehicles upfitted is $51,641.98 through Day Wireless. That requires a motion of the board to approve that expenditure. And Chief Heber can answer any questions on that.
You said it really fast.
Sorry, 51,641.98.
So it's two different ones here.
Yeah, I see it one.
I'm sorry, the
5,000.
31,000 was prior to the truck. So it would be the 51,000 estimate.
So. This is 5. I've got 41. Is there another one here?
See 36,510. Item number 10. That'll see below letter C. A 5581 Motorola.
So that would be 41 something. I just want to make sure that we cover everything, Chief. There's one for 5581, right? And the other one is for
I see
36,510. I just want to make sure we approve everything at once, so. Not sure what we're gonna see.
See item 10 is the,
Do you see the other one?
I see item 10 is the 36,510
Yeah.
purchase price, and then below letter C is also a Motorola one for 5,580.
Well, I will have to bring those back to the board next week.
Oh, we go ahead and approve these, so I don't have a problem with that, I was just wanting to approve everything at once, I didn't know what we were gonna see.
Well, I thought we had one for 51,641, but it's not in the packet. So the ones that are in the packet are the older ones. So check with our spot.
Was there another? Was there on the chief's report or something? There's no that.
I see the radio purchase number 10 listed here. I don't see a price listed in the chief's memo. Oh, I do actually see one. It's 51,641.98.
The chief's.
Where's that one at?
That's in the chief's
That's your
memo.
memo. That's 41.
Could we come back to that item and call chief up?
Sure,
Sure, we got there.
during the meeting, sure, yeah.
So we'll come back to the radio purchase.
I didn't mean to, I just wanted to make sure.
No, thank you.
We'll revisit that. Moving on to the staff vehicle purchase.
So this was discussed when we presented the final budget that we needed a purchase of a new staff vehicle. We went out for bid for the Tahoe for a staff vehicle. No bids were received by the district. So at that point, then we can go out and solicit bids from individual dealers. Brad Osborne did that. He got a bid from Dave Smith, which he also got a bid from a dealer out in Sandy. This was the lowest bid for a Tahoe with a similar package to the current Tahoe in the fleet for a total of $78,627, including tax. This would require board approval to
Make the motion that we approve the request, Dave Smith Auto Company bid for 78,627, including tax for the new Chevy Tahoe.
I'll second. All those in favor? Aye. Moving on to the truck purchase.
And you have a small presentation that I'm just gonna share my screen with you. Okay. So we have been in the market for a used tiller truck. As you know, we ordered a TDA from Pierce with the anticipated delivery date of spring of 2025. That was way longer than we had planned in our strategic plan, so we started to go on the hunt for a used tiller truck. We wanted to find something that was close to our current spec that we're bringing on so that we don't have competition with drilling and training for this rig. So about a month ago, we saw a tractor drawn aerial that was on Gov Deals. Brad Osborne and Chief Heber both flew out to the East Coast in Maryland to go check out this tractor drawn aerial. When they got there, it wasn't quite what they anticipated it was from the photos. However, when they were there, they had another member from a different department approach them and said that he knew of another tractor drawn aerial that was about 30 miles away from this one that was going to be up for sale, and were they interested in looking at it? They did. So what they found was a 100-foot tractor drawn aerial. It's a 1994 Simon LTI ladder truck. Both Vancouver and Portland have both run Simon trucks in the past, about that same vintage. The model is a HQ 100. It has 27,210 original miles. It has an LTI aerial with 500-pound tip load, refurbished in 2016 at LTI Center, and aerial tested at 2/23/2024 that it passed. So we asked them to aerial test it before purchase. So the previous owner is City of Hagerstown Fire Department. It's in Maryland. It's a 6-station department, 12.17 square miles, and serves a population of 40,000. It has all steel compartment doors and a full complement of ground ladders. So there's some equipment already on the apparatus. It's a Detroit Series 60, 12.7 liter, 470 horsepower at 2,100 RPMs. Allison 5-speed automatic transmission. All of this was very exciting to Brad Osborne.
Clean.
It has new tires, new batteries, no major accidents. The purchase price for this TDA is $50,000. The transport cost is $8,200. Incidentals for preparation for travel are $1,500. That includes the ladder testing. And then the outfitting costs we estimate to be about $175 to get radios, headsets, medical gear, MDTs, chargers, SCBAs, tablets, extrication tools, saws, hand tools, etc., and everything else that a truck might need. So if you remember when we did the final budget, I estimated and budgeted for $250,000 for a used truck. So this still keeps us in that ballpark. So approval for purchase, if the board approves to purchase this tonight, it'd be $50,000. That goes to the City of Hagerstown Council for approval on March 19th, 2024. We have verbal and email approval, but it has to be officially approved. And arrangements for travel to District 6 will happen on the week of March 24th. So come April, we could have our first staff TDA in our fleet. Any questions?
I would just applaud Chief and Brad for finding it. Yeah, very quite honestly, let's just buy a couple of used ones and everybody do it. That's an awful, yeah, really good condition, so.
Yeah.
And somebody that's qualified to drive, obviously, is gonna drive. Pierce drivers.
Hughes.
Yeah, Hughes will do it, yeah, and I will, if it's okay with you, I have to give credit to Brad. You know, when I originally looked at it, there was talk of like 60,000, and Brad kind of went with the 50,000 to save an additional 10,000 for the district, and his expertise of just really crawling up underneath that thing just really gave me confidence that it was a good purchase, so.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
Yeah, good part on Brad's part.
very nice. So thank you, Brad. Yeah, thank you, Cole.
So in order to purchase
So you did
this
buy it?
tractor drawn aerial, the board would have to approve a motion for $50,000 to Hagerstown to purchase.
I would certainly approve that motion. But once again, thanks to the Chief and Brad. Looks like a really good used truck in good shape for a really, really reasonable price, so I move that we pay $50,000 to the city of Pierce.
Second that. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Good stuff. All right, moving on to.
We missed the two trucks. So we already moved the two. We did. You just put that in the list.
What'd you see?
No, I see that, never mind.
Okay, I didn't see this time, but last meeting we did.
Right.
I see vehicle lifts as the item of business here. It's like,
Yes, so now that you've approved purchase of a truck, we have to be able to maintenance a truck, and part of that requires us purchasing 2 additional lifts to lift the truck, to maintain it. So, these lifts would match the current lifts in the shop. We anticipated that we were gonna buy these, early or late this year, but we need to move it up a little bit. So the purchase price for those lifts is $33,198.18.
You want to make a motion? Well, you're doing good work. Okay, you're doing good. I'll make a motion that we, purchase the appropriate lifts from ARI Etra Equipment for the amount of $33,198.18.
I will second that. All those in favor? Aye.
So we tax.
Can we go back?
No, we tax.
Yes,
Is that amount correct and what we need to approve for?
for the radio, it is the correct amount that's in the chief's report, so it's 51,000. Are you talking about the lifts or the
I
radios?
think we got the list squared away.
Okay.
I just said plus tax. I would do that.
Back
What
to.
is the motion? Yeah.
Is that,
Plus tax. Thanks, dude.
We'll go back and revisit the radio purchase.
So the total for the radio purchase is $51,641.98. There is a second purchase for $5,581.80, but that's under my threshold, so the board would only need to approve that 51,000.
That's why we, okay,
51,641.98.
Yes,
because the other is. So I'll go back to that one, Mr. Chair, and approve the additional and replacement of outdated radio equipment, the amount of $51,641.98.
I will second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. I think that covers everything under new business.
thank you, board.
I think that, we didn't see anything, executive session wise this evening. So that takes us to roundtable good of the order.
Just so the board knows, today we concluded the firefighter hiring process. The way District 6 does this hiring process is we have Captain Chris Bottomley is in charge of the process initially. He narrows down all of our applicants to about 70 people. He gets a group of individuals from the fire department that do essentially a speed interview and narrow that down for the chiefs. So in order to get to chiefs interviews, there's many hands in this process. And I just want to give a shout out to that team and thank them because they brought highly qualified candidates in front of us. We did give conditional job offers to 8 people today, 3 of those being medics, 5 being firefighters, all entry level. So with an academy to start June 3rd.
Very good, that's 12 weeks.
13-week academy.
Very exciting. Very nice.
And we have people in house that can look at it, correct?
Yes, sir.
Saves us a lot of money not having to send them North Bend.
It
And,
does, yeah.
you know, thank to the public for the training hour, because it's just about pays itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just a side note, the training tower and our facilities and our apparatus have made District 6 a showcase, and myself as chief and you as the board should be very proud that these people came in saying that we're a destination department and they've heard of us, they want to be here. So it's pretty humbling.
Great to hear. And thank you to Chris and all those that helped him in this process.
Real quickly, I drove by the practice rink,
Yeah.
2 or 3 times last Thursday. It appeared to be very well organized, very safe. A lot of people watching, and we actually had a couple of our cadets who parked in front of me, got out, and they were actually talking to the people up and down the sidewalk on 21st and answering questions and giving bags to the kids. And I don't know who they were. There was one in particular, shorter dark hair, which is probably all of them. But anyway, I just wanted to give a shout out. And, it was safe. When Jimmy went over, I was hoping that nobody was on the other side when it hit the ground. But my grandson's liked it a lot, and it went well, and I appreciate it being safe and having a chance of inviting other departments. I think I saw that think at District 13, you know, there, I think.
Yeah, and Captain Rennie had worked on that project for probably 6 months plus, so he had been very instrumental in
Well,
bringing that.
congratulations. Yeah, safe and productive, drinking, we'll get a lot of this, so. Kudos.
Already day.
But I was parked on 21st when they let it go,
Yeah.
and I could actually feel the heat. Like, yeah, so I got pretty fine. And we'll see what he does with it.
Yeah. Help them move their projects along as well. All right. Any other roundtable good of the order? Any questions to see?
No questions.
Alrighty. With that, I need to authorize payment of current bills, pre-authorization transmittal, authorize monthly commissioner compensation.
So
Second, all those in favor? Aye. Thank you.